The Green Dragon Tavern is a small, North End bar that sustains a strong passion to some significant events in Boston history. It is located on Marshall Street, just off of the Haymarket stop on the Green and Orange lines. The first thing we noticed as we approached the Green Dragon was that we were walking along Freedom Trail. The path led us down the old stone road that is Marshall Street, then continued right to the front entrance. The front sign displays two dates on it, 1773, which marks the Boston Tea Party, and 1776, when, amidst the American Revolution, the United States officially declared independence from the British Empire. The area gave a very historical atmosphere, with a rugged stone pathway that looked more like an alley, and the surrounding old pubs, such as the Bell in Hand Tavern and the Union Oyster House. This led us to believe that the history of this area has been preserved for a very long time, but what we've come to find out is that the Green Dragon Tavern we see here is actually quite young. In fact, this building was opened up only 2 or 3 decades ago. So what happened to the old building?
The original Green Dragon Tavern was located on Union Street, not far from the current location. Though due to the multitude of layout changes on Boston's roads in 1872 and in the mid-1900s during urban renewal, the exact location is hard to pin down. Some older maps suggest that the original location lies around today's Haymarket Station entrance. The actual date for the opening of the Green Dragon Tavern is also difficult to determine. Multiple sources refer to many different establishment dates, referring to dates between the early 1700s all the way back to 1654, which is the date that the current owners claim. The building was demolished in 1854, which means there was a period of at least a century in Boston's history with no Green Dragon Tavern. Although the modern location is only really connected by name and general proximity, the original Green Dragon was an important location for pre-Revolutionary and Revolutionary War activity. The building was bought by the St. Andrew's Lodge of Freemasons in 1764 and was named both the Freemasons' Arm and the Masons' Hall for a while. The Freemasons include many important figures, such as Benjamin Franklin, John Hancock, George Washington, and many other famous names. Legend has it that local Freemason, Paul Revere, left for his midnight ride from this tavern, but there's a lot of legend surrounding this event, and not all of it is true. What we do know is that Paul Revere, along with many others, was sent out to warn that the British troops were marching towards Lexington. He rode north, warning all the houses along the way, until reaching Lexington, where he met with Sam Adams and John Hancock. Paul Revere left Lexington, accompanied by 2 riders named William Dawes and Samuel Prescott. They left to protect the munitions stored north in Concord, but were arrested by British patrols. Dawes and Prescott escaped, while Paul Revere was held for some time and then released without a horse, at which point he was forced to return to Lexington and witness the battle that had begun. The Green Dragon Tavern is mentioned in many stories of the Revolution, including Paul Revere's ride, as well as the Boston Tea Party. And although the modern location is not exactly what it advertises, it is a great reminder of how personal the events of the Revolution were to the Boston citizens, and how they were exactly that, just regular citizens who organized for a great cause.
Another sight seen when we went to the Green Dragon was the Holocaust Memorial. On the website, it says, "The memorial represents the effort of more than 3,000 individuals and organizations, coming together to create a vibrant beacon of memory and help foster memories and reflections on one of the greatest tragedies of our time." The memorial is designed around 6 luminous glass towers, each reaching 54 feet high and each lit internally from top to bottom. Architect Stanley Soutowitz made the memorial, and here's his description of it. The memorial is to represent darkness to light, in some way a representation of the Holocaust. There are 6 pits that are dug and lined with black concrete, and at the bottom of each pit is a glowing fire. As said previously, 6 glass towers are raised above, and etched on each of the glass towers are 6 million numbers visible up close. On the walls of each tower, a memory of a survivor from the camp is etched. Between the towers, a line of text locates the Holocaust in historical content. At the 2 entries of the memorial, there are educational panels. One outlining the chronological events that led to the Wannsee Conference and the establishing of the Factories of Death, the other quoting Pastor Martin Niemöller, who placed responsibility for such even in the hands of every individual. As visitors walk along the path entering the towers, they are tattooed with the shadows of numbers and trapped momentarily in a theater of horror. On the black granite ramps is incised, "Remember." Each of the 6 burning chambers is named after one of the 6 death camps constructed in Poland. The New England Holocaust Memorial was dedicated on October 22, 1995, in a public ceremony on the steps of Boston City Hall Plaza. The founders wanted the memorial to serve as a lesson to future generations, to remember Jewish victims of the Holocaust, the soldiers who liberated the concentration camps, and the soldiers who helped end the war.